Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover. So do me a favor before diving into these topics. If you end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, hit the like button. And if you are new here to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. We're starting here with the long-awaited announcement of the Elden Ring DLC expansion. Going over to the official Elden Ring Twitter account, 10 hours ago, as of the time of this recording, they say, "Rise tarnished, and let us walk a new path together. An upcoming expansion for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is currently in development. We hope you look forward to new adventures in the lands between." Now, this tweet has obviously gone on to garner a massive amount of attention because Elden Ring is still very much a big deal. And this is all they're revealing. They do reveal some artwork here to maybe give you an idea of, like, you know, what to expect, when it might take place, what it might be about. But there's no like details or anything like that revealed explicitly anyway. So yeah, they're just letting everybody know this is in development and they're probably going to update us in the coming months. So let me know if that's something you're looking forward to. Moving to the next topic, we have some unfortunate news when it comes to Luminous Productions. So over on the official Luminous Productions Twitter account, they say an update from Luminous Productions. You may have heard the news that Luminous Productions is merging with Square Enix. Beginning on May 1st, our talented team will join Square Enix to deliver new innovative gaming experiences to players across the globe. Between now and then, we remain entirely focused on Forspoken. We are currently working on the previously announced patch to address overall game performance. We will deliver an update soon. And the DLC in Tanta We Trust is on track for release this summer. Thank you again for your patience and support. When we established Luminous Productions in 2018, our vision was to make AAA games that fuse technology and artistry to deliver completely new experiences. Having the chance to do just that has been a dream come true. We appreciate you taking this journey with us and look forward to continuing to create new entertainment and experiences as part of the Square Enix family. So yeah, this is pretty much the confirmation that some people were wondering if we were going to get. That Forspoken definitely flopped. Did not do nearly as well as it was expected to do, and it did poorly enough to basically, you know, get Luminous Productions shut down. That's essentially what's happening here. They are going to obviously do what they need to do for Forspoken with their prior commitments, with the DLC and all that, and the updates, and that's good, but yeah, definitely unfortunate news for Luminous Productions, but I have to say, honestly, it's also maybe not the most surprising. So, wanted to just let you guys know about this. I'll definitely be interested to hear your thoughts on it. Moving on from that, though, we have a massive, colossal update on Final Fantasy 16. The first wave of previews are officially out, and apparently this game is blowing people away. We have a Game of the Year contender here on our hands based off of everything we're hearing. So I'm just going to run over a lot of the new information that we're getting and basically just, you know, give you some updates that I think you're going to want to know about if you are somebody who has any interest in Final Fantasy 16. So first off, there are going to be two different modes to choose from, a 30 FPS fidelity mode and a 60 FPS performance mode. We haven't gotten the details yet on like the exact resolutions or frame rates. We don't know if there's going to be like a bunch of different options like we, you know, normally expect from, say, what you would get from first-party PlayStation games. I assume there might be more than just two options. The main story will be about 35 hours in total. There's going to be 11 hours of cinematics. This is going to be a semi-open world title. You know, the director of the game made it clear that they did not want to make an open world game. And I actually highly respect that because I feel like these days, you know, a lot of big AAA development teams and studios feel pressured to have to make an open world game to, you know, compete in a lot of ways. But we see how that can go wrong when a game just simply doesn't have to be open world, right? And there are some pitfalls there. So it's only going to be semi-open world. There's going to be seamless transitions from gameplay to cutscenes, so, you know, 0 load times. And there is actually an update on the PC version of Final Fantasy 16 as well. So I have an article here from VGC, and it says Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida has said he'd like to see a PC version of the game released eventually. Square Enix recently confirmed a Final Fantasy 16 PS5 release date of June 22nd, 2023, and confirmed that the game will remain exclusive to PS5 for at least the remainder of this calendar year. But a 6-month exclusivity period doesn't mean the game will make its way to PC half a year after it hits PS5, according to Yoshida. Quote, first of all, it is true that Final Fantasy 16 is a 6-month limited time exclusive on the PS5 platform. However, it's a completely different story that the PC version will be released in half a year. I will make it clear that the PC version will not come out in half a year. This is because we spend a lot of time and money optimizing the PS5 platform to deliver the best gaming experience. Of course, I would like to see a release of the PC version at some point so that everyone can play as many games as possible. However, even if we start optimizing the PC version after the PS5 version comes out, we won't be able to optimize it in half a year, so it won't come out in a short span of half a year. I would like to release it eventually, and I think I will, but I'm not at that stage where I can say when. So yeah, he also added, quote, first of all, I would be happy if you could play the PS5 version, which I made with the thought of being the best game in the world. If the PC version comes out in a half a year, I can't quit the company. Please don't say I won't buy the PS5 version because the PC version will be released in half a year. So it's pretty funny, you know, the way he's talking about it so candidly. But, you know, this is just a reminder that this game really was seemingly built first and foremost for the PS5, and they're making it clear that, you know, they are going to do a PC version, but it's going to take maybe more work and, you know, more optimization is going to be required than some people might think. So yeah, we'll have to see when exactly. I would assume that maybe the soonest we could expect Final Fantasy 16 on PC is like a year after the PS5 release. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, but who knows? Sony could maybe renegotiate with Square Enix. Maybe that's why, you know, they're just fully focused on the PS5 version. It's hard to say, but something else you're going to want to know about when it comes to Final Fantasy 16 is that it has been officially confirmed by Yoshi P in an interview with Famitsu that Final Fantasy 16 will be receiving a demo 2 weeks prior to launch, and that the save data will carry over into the final game if you choose to purchase it. And I think this is a pretty big deal because obviously it's really helpful for a lot of people to be able to try out a game before they buy it. It's also a good sign of confidence. Obviously, it maybe didn't work out so well for Forspoken, but, you know, Final Fantasy 16 is a, you know, entirely different beast. And as I said, the previews are out right now, and there's a bunch of new footage. You know, you can listen to what people are saying about their experience playing this game so far, and it sounds incredible. So I have no doubt that this demo is actually going to really work in Final Fantasy 16's favor. But something else I want to highlight before ending this video is a couple of quotes in regards to development on the PS5 exclusively. So these quotes were compiled by Zubitech over on Twitter, so shout out to him for finding this and putting it out here. And this is coming from Final Fantasy 16's designer, Ryota Suzuki, who says, quote, if we didn't have the memory that the PS5 has and also the transfer speed, the SSD that the PlayStation 5 has, we would still be in development right now. You are graphically representing the fists and the claws and the wings all in real time and all in these beautiful graphics and having all these different options, but to be able to do all of those seamlessly without any load times is possible because of the power of the PS5. End quote. So what I find most interesting about this quote from this Final Fantasy 16 designer is how he's not trying to make it sound like this game literally wouldn't be possible without the PS5. Obviously, that's not the case. We're going to see it make its way to PC. What he's saying is that the way the PS5 is put together, and how there's, as we've talked about in the past, like no bottlenecks and all these things work together, it's made it possible so that the game is basically done now, to whereas if it wasn't so easy to develop for and things didn't kind of work together so seamlessly, they would still be, you know, in the middle of developing this game right now and it wouldn't be ready to go. So very interesting. You know, this is something that we did hear Mark Cerny emphasize during his Road to PS5 talk, which was how they really wanted to try to prioritize the streamlining of AAA game development and just make it easier and easier. So that way, you know, the turnover for these games it wouldn't take so long, and we won't have these like incredibly long, like, you know, ridiculous development cycles. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is a massive game. Obviously, we're learning that from the previews, but you know, the developers are showing the PS5 some love as well, which is pretty cool, and it will have extensive DualSense support as well. So there you go. That's the big Final Fantasy 16 update I have for you. Gotta say, my excitement levels for this game are at an all-time high after hearing, you know, what everybody's been saying about it. But at this point, I'm going to ask you guys to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll be interested to see what you have to say. Leave the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.